Mentoring, I have done a lot of mentoring, as I said on another clip. I've done mentoring since about 1993. And I find that mentoring gives me a buzz, that's why I do it. But giving me a buzz in that I can help other people. Helping other people in mentoring doesn't mean you do it. It means that you provide a basis or a platform for them to sound off on. It may be that they've had a frustrating moment with staff or no money or whatever, and they just want someone to yell at, moan at, or talk a problem through. So you provide a listening platform or area for that. Sometimes it's also about goal setting. They don't know what they're going to do next. In Canterbury, we have been lucky over the many, many years, and even with the earthquake, we're still very lucky that there are a lot of small businesses that they've got ideas, and they get out there and do them. But a lot of them have their initial thought, and they start their business, but they may lose sight of where it's going to go. They may want to be there for a long, long journey, but they just don't know how to do it. So what I talk to them with mentoring is, what is their vision? Because a lot of people lose their vision in running a business. They get stuck into the nuts and bolts, if you like. They get stuck into money here or balance sheets here and all that without concentrating on why they did it in the first place. So if they revisit what their vision was and their passion, then you can get them back on track, because they can actually see, that's what I love doing, that's where I want to take it. Then we help them go on that journey. We don't necessarily do it. I do individual things. I have helped people write CVs. I have helped people recruit, interview people for some of the businesses that I have mentored. There's been a lot of successes. There's one here in Christchurch. A couple owned 2 swimming pools in Christchurch, and of course the Centennial pool went, the QE2 pool went, and here was this couple that owned 2 swimming pools in Christchurch, teaching people to swim. And on one of the visits I said, have you ever thought of expanding your operation? They said, no, we don't want to do that. About 3 months later, when they contacted me, they said they just bought another pool, because we opened their eyes to actually thinking, that's their passion, why couldn't they do it? And that's what they're doing. So there's a whole lot of wonderful stories. A lady used to make chocolates, fortune chocolates here in Christchurch, and she used to do them all by hand. She would make the chocolates by hand. She would type out the little fortune message and wrap them up individually, and she wanted to expand. She wanted to go into Australia, but before she could do that, she needed to do some different things here in Christchurch. And so we gave her some targets and direction to go in. She has then someone making the chocolates for her, obviously, and then eventually got a machine that would wrap them in, and she can grow and develop. And she went into Australia selling the same fortune chocolates that you can see in Christchurch. So mentoring is about goal setting. And when I was with the high school here as chairman of the trustees, I used to talk to the students at the prize givings, those boring board of governors and board of trustees, chairmen standing up and saying words. But I used to talk to the students about what they've achieved and where they might want to go. But I made it very, very clear, setting a goal doesn't mean you've got to get there or that you will get there. But unless you do actually set a goal, you will go nowhere. If you don't have a target to head for, you're not going to go anywhere. It doesn't mean you will get to that particular target, but on the way, you will have so many experiences that you wouldn't have probably had occasion to meet if you didn't set a target. And one of my goals is to fly to the moon. Why? Well, I'm fascinated by the stars. I often, on a nice night sky here in Canterbury, love looking at the stars and wondering what it's all about. I like to ask myself, where do we come from? And no one can actually answer that question for me yet, because every time someone says, oh, it's this, I say yes, but what about that? Oh, I don't know. And so all those questions, where do we come from? And part of the thing is, how do you get to the moon? Now, only a handful of people have ever flown to the moon, and I'm going to do it one day. I'm not going to just do a Richard Branson and fly out of the atmosphere for about 20 minutes and come back in again. I'm actually going to walk on the moon. Why not? It's a goal of mine. And whether I actually get there doesn't matter. But on the journey, I might be able to fly a simulator, a landing craft simulator. Who knows? I might get to America to try something out. But without having a goal like that, I wouldn't get there. So one day, yes, I'm going to be walking on the moon. And I love looking at the moon and thinking, yep, I'm going to be there one day. My private pilot's license, because I love aviation, many, many years ago, and I have a few disabilities of my own, vision and respiratory as well, and so the chances of me getting anything like a pilot's license I thought was out of my grasp. And one day I thought, blow this is not right. So I said to my ophthalmologist, I said, I'm coming to see you, and here's the test. I said, I either want you to say, yes, you can, no, you can't, or maybe. And I said, if it's yes, you can, excellent. If it's no, I'll accept that. If it's maybe, I said, you and I got some work to do. And this is all about getting my eyes to the stage that I would be able to get a license to fly. Went along and he tested them and he said, oh, it's a maybe. And I said, thank you very much. And we did some work for a long time. And out of that, I got a private pilot's license. And I was absolutely wrapped. So it's about doing these things. If you set yourself a goal or target, get out there and try it. You may succeed, you may not succeed, but you won't know unless you try.